Okay, now today we are coming to talk about very interesting topic, which is alternative marketing or alternative marketing techniques. طبعا we already had an interesting يعني overview, and you took an assignment and this about traditional media, all kinds of traditional media, and as well as digital. We talked about digital, we talked about social media. Alhamdulillah, now you have a package of many tools to choose from. However, as you know, marketers never stop being innovative and being creative all the time. Also, the market, the consumer never stops changing. We're not living in a static world, we're living in a very dynamic world. So therefore, marketers came up with even more interesting and ideas to challenge the traditional ideas, and also to be able to break through the clutter. Clutter is not just, by the way, in traditional media. Clutter is also in digital now. It's becoming really crowded online. So marketers are always trying to find new ways to attract consumers and to have what we call a very high stopping power when it comes to their media. So we're going to be talking about a couple of other tools apart from what we have been studying about traditional and digital media and social media. Ways that really have a very high stopping power, ways that really attract consumers very much and really lets them, attracts their attention, let them look and see what's happening and so on. Also, maybe some of them are less costly compared to other kinds of media, and they are very interesting in attracting attention and mostly also in covering specifically your effective objectives, because many of them are very interactive and very engaging when it comes to the consumer. So I think it's interesting to use them and to be able to do something different about your plans. Even in your IMC plans, I expect you to use at least one or two of these tools in your IMC. Try to see which ones are relevant for you, and try to integrate them as much as you can. Because as I said, very high stopping power, given what's happening now, especially the pandemic, and we're living in a world that's full of tragedies and full of challenges. Every day there's something new. Consumer is bombarded by many things, internal noise with their own issues, external noise, what's happening around them. So really, there's a new mandate for really thinking about these kinds of breakthrough ideas to really put the consumer in another level, let them think, think about your brand differently. Also, taking it to the next level. So let's have a quick look about these. Many of them are already being done by many strong brands in the market. Always the leading brands are those who start these things, by the way. Always the leading brands, because they are always wanting to be in the lead, and they're always wanting to be on top of things. So they are always the initiators. They always have the first mover advantage in the market and so on. We start by an interesting example about a Hebrew national gourmet hot dog. Come on, for those of you, I don't know if those of you who went to the States or have any idea about the American market. There's a huge Jewish community in the States with their own products and lifestyle and outings and services and so on. So, and even Muslims, when they go to the States, they usually consume many of the Jewish products because it has the kosher sign, and this means that it has been slaughtered in the right way when it comes to our belief system and all that. So really, this company is very interesting because they are selling high-end or gourmet hot dogs. The problem with them is that they're a little bit premiumly priced compared to others in the market. So to be able to convince consumers, of course, the Jewish community and other than the Jewish community, to buy the product and why it's both premium and so on, they came up with interesting ideas of having. First of all, who do you think, from your point of view, is the main target market for these kinds of products? Groceries, hot dogs, who's the main target market? Who are decision makers they have to talk to? Come on, tell me. Hello? Guys? Huh? Who are they?
Doctor, so do you mean like the people that are going to be purchasing of these products? Is that what you mean, groceries and hot dogs, or are you? Yeah, so
What does
target
target
market.
market mean?
I feel like families.
People are willing to buy this product.
No, I'm talking about who in the family. Family? No, who said family? Why families? I don't understand. What do you mean by families?
Because like in most cases, younger generation nowadays just order.
the family they go and they buy it together يعني. Muaz, that doesn't happen يعني. Come on Muaz يعني.
No, like they buy it for their family. I mean, like they're
Who buys
not going off.
who is the target market? You have to
The
by
father.
now you have to. The father is the one who goes and buys the groceries for the house.
Yeah, and like
Not usual.
in,
No, that's
at
not
the start
usual.
of the family. At the start of the family, yes. Like when the kids grow up, okay, they do it. But like I'm saying,
What
when
kid
they
يا
just
عمي? Where
The
is the
mother,
mom?
the mother.
The mom is the
Your
mother, of
father is
course.
the mother?
Muaz, I think Muaz is talking about a different, talking about mother in space or something. Muaz, come on. Who buys the groceries? Who's the decision maker inside the family when it comes to food and groceries, and who takes care of the house and the fridge? It's the mom.
Yes.
I didn't know it takes you so much time to answer such a simple question. Sorry, yani. But even I asked the same question today 3 times, and the answer was instant. Yani, the mom. It's who buys these things? It's the mom. She's the one who goes and she buys the groceries for the house. She's the decision maker when it comes to the health of her kids or her family, what to eat, what to not eat. So they directly went to the mummies, okay, and they made many interesting things for them. Okay, they went to the PTA presidents, which are the parent-teacher associations in the local schools, community schools. They went to the Hispanic community. They went to Jewish mother community. And they made them events. They gave them something special to talk about. Moms were talking. They were hosting and sponsoring like parties and barbecues in the backyards of these mummies, decision makers. These mummies are kind of opinion leaders in their communities. They go to them and they talk to them and they let them lead the community in terms of having house parties, backyard barbecue, stuff like this, and inviting other mummies to try the product, making taste tests, making interesting things. All this made a buzz about the product. And these mummies were kind of working like buzz agents, yeah, which brings us to our first really tool that we're going to be talking about. Come on, this is using a very, this is, they did this in a very untraditional way. Yeah, this is not a traditional way of marketing things. They didn't go and make a TV ad or put a poster on inside supermarkets or make a campaign on Facebook or on Instagram. No, they chose to do it the friendly, out of the box way by involving the target market directly in marketing for their brand in the market. And they succeeded actually very much in doing that. And in making people justifiable or justifying why they are buying these products at a premium price, at a higher price than other products, why it's better for them, why it's healthier for them, and so on. So this brings us to the things we're going to be, or the tools we're going to be talking about, inshallah, in this nice chapter. Buzz marketing, guerrilla marketing, product placement, branded entertainment, lifestyle marketing, alternative kinds of media also, in-store marketing, like inside the store. If you guys are doing any projects that involve a kind of a service or that things that have a store and people are going to go to the store, people have to visualize your campaign in the store, by the way. People have to visualize your campaign inside the store. So in-store marketing is very important. You cannot have your stores branded somehow and your campaign branded another way. No, it has to be, the consistency, the message surrounding the consumer for wherever they go, and so on. This is the true meaning of IMC and 360 campaign. And also brand communities and so on. We're going to be talking about each and every one of them, giving examples and discussing. This brings us to our first tool, which is buzz marketing. Does anybody have any idea what's buzz marketing? And does anybody have any idea about the difference between word of mouth and the buzz? Come on. Hello? Come on, guys. I expect you to be more interactive.
Doctor, I'm not sure though, but I think, okay, so the word of mouth is an easy thing where like, like you hear about the product from someone else, like your family member or someone like your friend, something like that. So it keeps like going through other people and then they keep talking about it. Is buzz marketing, is it the same thing but just happens online? I'm not sure.
No. Buzz marketing happens offline. Viral marketing is happening online. Buzz marketing can happen online and offline. But when buzz marketing happens online, we usually call it viral marketing. Buzz marketing,
Okay.
word of mouth is usually generated by the consumer, okay, not by the company, right? And it's based on your experience with the brand. a consumer that has experience with the brand, with any kind of experience, bad, negative, positive, whatever. Research says that word of mouth is usually negative or positive.
Negative.
Yes,
It's negative.
yes, yes. Usually it's negative because when you have a positive experience with a brand, maybe you won't tell anybody. You want someone to know or get the benefit like you. And another thing is that you will tell only the close people to you. Tamam? You won't tell a lot of people. But when you have a negative experience with a brand, oh my God, you can hold the microphone and just, burst it out. You won't leave anyone in your way until you tell them. Research says that you will tell from 9 to 13 different kinds of people. And these people will tell others, and these people will tell others, and these people will tell, and the chain effect starts. The chain effect starts of passing
Yes.
messages. You remember the game Chinese Whispers? We played when we were young. When someone says something to someone in a circle, and then is required whispering in their ears, and then these guys go and say to the other one, they go to the other, tak, 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 and then they ask the person, okay, what did he tell you? And then he tell you something completely different. This is basically very similar to word of mouth. Word of mouth is strong, influential, more than advertising, more than any kind of tool, because will you believe your friend more or a TV ad?
To friend more, I think.
Will you believe your friend more or a salesperson in the shop who wants to sell to you?
Feedback
Friend.
of my friend.
Still friend.
Because of research, because of what you are saying now, which is totally right. The idea of buzz marketing was developed. Marketeers, they said, oh, that's how strong peer influence is. So why don't we use it in spreading positive info about our brand rather than negative? Why don't we use it for doing that, for spreading messages and for gathering information about your brand positively? Why don't we utilize it? So buzz marketing is a marketer's generated tool. Word of mouth is a consumer generated tool. Buzz marketing is developed and nurtured by and monitored by marketeers. Word of mouth, there is no control from the marketer over word of mouth. Clear? What happens in buzz marketing? Very interesting. It can happen in many ways, by the way. You get sponsored consumers, or you get some consumers who just basically love your brand and like to talk about it. They are loyal. Or you can do it from the company itself. There's many ways to do it, to do buzz marketing. But the most common one is getting the loyal bunch of customers and letting them talk about your brand positively in their natural communities. They don't have to go and talk to new people, by the way. I'll tell you a very interesting example that happened in Egypt a couple of years ago for the brand Pringles. You know Pringles, the chips brand. It was previously owned by P&G. Now it's owned by another company. I can't remember the company, but it was previously owned by Procter & Gamble. At that time, P&G decided to do a huge campaign in Egypt. تمام. In summertime, Egyptian people, they usually go to this area, this place. It's like it's called the North Coast. It's like 20 kilometers of beaches with 10 million plus people. A lovely market for any youth brand, right? They're there having fun, spare their minds. Usually they have free time. Lovely time to talk to them. Agree? Tamam? Following up with me, everybody? So what
Yes,
happened?
Fatima.
Yeah,
P&G, they recruited something like 200 plus loyal customers to Pringles, the chips. They're just in love with the Pringles chips. خلاص? And they told them, look, we're going to give you Pringles for 1 whole year for free. And we want you to go during summertime in your natural communities. Don't talk to such strangers. Just, we're going to give you something special about Pringles to talk about. Some insidery or mysterious information that no one else knows. So they train them and give them this information. They give them free samples. Tell them, well, how about we want you to try out those free samples with your friends and tell us if they like it or not, with your families, with your peers, with your buddies, whatever. Tell us whether they like it or not. Also, they tell them to speak about the brand and speak about the benefits of the brand and the good things about it. Also some bad things, some good stories, some interesting stuff to talk about. A very interesting way of spreading messages about the brand. that's it. They are doing this. Look what they're doing. They are sampling. They are trying samples. They are getting information. So they're marketing researchers. They are speaking on behalf of the brand. So they are brand ambassadors. Wow. What kind of tool can do all this at one time? What kind of tool? What kind of communication tool in traditional media or digital media can do this in one time? No, it's very difficult, right? And they are making a buzz. Why is it called buzz? Because you know what? They have the amplified effect. The amplified effect. You know what's an amplifier? If anybody knows music, you plug in your music. This amplifier amplifies the sound, spreads it all over the place. That's what an amplifier does. So this is exactly what these buzz agents do. They amplify the presence of your brand. Okay, people are trying new samples, people are getting information, people are spreading information, people are talking about your brand, they are creating a buzz here and there about it. Very interesting marketing tool, and believe me, it brings very, very also interesting results. As I said, there are different ways of doing it. Consumers who like the brand, who turn up into brand ambassadors after that, like how Michael Jordan started very low profile with Nike and then turned into a brand ambassador. Yani, totally yani, was not really planned either by Nike or by Michael Jordan how successful this relationship became. It can be done, as we said, Mu'ad, in person. It can be on internet, chat rooms, blogs, emails. There's many ways that can be done. Sponsored consumers, people that you bring, they are usually, these are the second one I'm telling you about, the sponsors. You bring them, you sponsor them, they work as agents, they are working as advocates for the brand, and they are loyal to the, usually initially they have to be loyal to the brand to be able to do this. And they get motivated, they get financial incentives, mental incentives, even how much will it cost? It's a very low cost tool when you come think about it yet. Compared to a TV ad campaign, outdoor ad campaign, digital campaign, it's much less costly. And some preconditions, but I'm going to ask you a very important question here. Do you think that all brands, I can apply buzz marketing techniques to any kind of brand? Come on. Do you think we can apply buzz marketing techniques to any kind of brand?
No, doctor, I don't think so.
Yes, no, the answer is right. Why?
I think because if let's say a brand is, let's say a water bottle brand, okay, and it's just you're using buzz marketing to sell water, and like it doesn't really work because you're just talking about water, like anyone can just buy anything from water and it's not going to be different.
The brand itself is not interesting, huh? Or the brand doesn't have something unique to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're trying to say here. Buzz marketing is applicable only to specific kinds of brands. Brands that are provocative, highly unique and differentiated, mainly targeting youth. Okay. When by research also, it seemed that there is a very common relationship or common characteristics between buzz marketing and youth. There is something between both. They're both upstream, rebellious, provocative. That's how it works. So some of the brands who apply buzz marketing, and usually these brands also are market leaders. These brands are market leaders, those who apply buzz marketing. Some of good examples of those of companies that apply buzz marketing is like Doritos, Red Bull, what do you call it? Harley Davidson. These are the kinds of brands that Coca-Cola, by the way, sometimes. I'm going to show you something today about it also, but yani, not so much. Coca-Cola maybe applies guerrilla marketing. We're going to talk about it next. So, buzz marketing is interesting, but not applicable to any kind of brand. It has to be, as I said, unique, better performing than others, standing out in the crowd, having something unique to talk about, provocative a little bit, upstream, rebellious, youthful. That's the kind of brands that really work out with the buzz marketing as an alternative marketing technique. Moving on, the next one, very interesting, which is Guerrilla marketing. What's your first reaction when you see a gorilla? What would you do? You'll be shocked, right? Astonishment. This is exactly what guerrilla marketing is resting on. The wow effect. It takes you by surprise. It wants to surprise you. A very, very high level of stopping power. Very high level of stopping power when it comes to guerrilla marketing. Check out these interesting ads. Look at that. Look at these. These are outdoor ads. You're going to ask me, Doctor, guerrilla marketing is only implemented in outdoor ads? No. Coca-Cola had this interesting machine called the happiness machine. And they they put it in a university in the States, in a campus. Oh my God, look at the interactions, look at the effect, look at so much uh, engagement, covering your effective objectives, by the way, these kinds of techniques. Not just awareness. You say, doctor, yes, very high stopping power, awareness, but still, some of the ideas can be engaging as well. So it's very interesting. You look at these outdoor ads. I mean, my favorite one is this one, the one with the lady talking about the exits to go. I would definitely go to this exit to eat when I see this ad. يعني, it's very interesting. And look at the pizza one. Look how the pizza is like, dang, oh my God, so juicy, so like, you have to go and eat pizza after you see this ad. It's interesting. And look at this very creative. طبعا McDonald's, so many creative ideas. McDonald's is just an absolutely يعني, out of the box company when it comes to creativity and marketing. But look at Kit Kat as well, because it's have a break. And look at a guy sitting having a break, actually, on a hammock and the outdoor. It's very interesting. The ideas, يعني, very, very attractive with very high stopping power. But let you watch interesting. I will let you watch the Coca-Cola guerrilla marketing campaign. Okay.
Doctor,
Yes.
so the guerrilla campaign will make immediate impact on the consumer,
Yeah. Strong. Yeah, I would say strong. Yeah, to be honest with you, I would say strong.
Okay.
And I would say very strong. Actually. Yeah. High stopping power. If it's engaging command, look at this. I'll show you. I'll show you now to see what Coca-Cola have been doing. Yeah, look at Coca-Cola and what they have been doing. Let me show you the gorilla one for Coca-Cola. 1 second. That's Coca-Cola using uh, guerrilla marketing techniques at a campus through an the vending machine, one of its vending machines. Have you ever seen this before? Any of you?
No.
Okay. Have a look. Guerrilla marketing and Coca-Cola. Okay, so what do you think, everybody, about this guerrilla marketing technique, this machine? We want to have one at Qatar University. What do you think?
It would be very surprising and what's it called? Like as they said, it shares the happiness. You can see the happiness in the video, and
Yeah,
also a good marketing campaign for Coca-Cola, since people will be talking about this a lot,
yeah,
about what
yes,
they got out
yes,
of it.
yes, yes, very true, very true. Yes, yes, it's very true. Yes, of course. Yeah, and that's the main reason behind it, Muad. Yeah, to keep on. Yeah, that's Coca-Cola. Really, when you come think about it, this brand, it's crazy. Like top 10, didn't get out of the top 10 most valuable brands in the world for the past maybe 60, 70 years. These people spend so much money on marketing and advertising. Some people say like, why are they doing that? They don't need it. Halas, they don't need this. Everybody knows Coke. Everybody loves Coke. Everybody's buying Coke. What's the problem? But they are not like this. Is not because they know. They know. This is not from kida. They know. They reach this because they are doing their homework every single day. They are doing their homework. They're studying the real needs of the consumers, how they are changing. They are always a step ahead. They're always being proactive, not reactive. To be a market leader, you have to be proactive. You cannot be reactive and be a market leader. You always have to take the next step quickly before others, and others follow. That's why Coca-Cola is up here compared to the other beverage brands. Understand? Always taking the first step, always initiating, always taking the advantage of being a first market mover advantage. Okay, so think about it. McDonald's, same thing. Nike, same thing. Okay, so think about how these people are always trying to impress their target audience and surprise them and bring in always something new and break the monotony and the boredom with new ideas. I will show you crazy things now about Coca-Cola when you move on in the chapter. Yani. Experiential marketing also, yeah, they're doing many good things really. So remember here when Sidra first opened and they had this big one mugassam of the child. It was very attractive. Remember? Remember?
Yeah,
Miss,
yeah.
They had this baby or the kid, with it was huge. This is guerrilla marketing. This is guerrilla
Miss,
marketing. Yes.
I have a question. Before in near Hayat Plaza, there used to be a large trolley. Is that an example of guerrilla marketing as well?
What was written on the trolley? And was this for a brand or for something or
It was for Hayat Plaza.
for the mall itself?
Yeah, for the mall itself.
Yeah. Yes. Maybe it is. I didn't see it, but maybe it is. Look at this Mars truck. Look at this Mars truck. It looks so attractive, yeah. Can you see it?
Yes, Doctor.
Very interesting. And look what's written on it. Truck size. Not king size, truck size. So it's very interesting. It is to these interesting kinds of ideas that always attract and always surprise target audience. Right. Okay. Uh, let's move on to talk about lifestyle marketing, which is number 3. Of course, here, when we talk about lifestyle marketing, but we are talking about يعني, going or understanding what really consumers like. For example, if you're selling a popcorn brand, okay, and you want to attract your target audience, so you kind of give them tips, ideas about that. For example, most of families they on the weekends, مثلا, they go out for movie night or something like this. Thursdays, Friday, if it's a weekend, I don't know, whatever the week is in a specific country. So you start giving them ideas about uh, 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 you involve some things about movie nights, take it home, eat popcorn, this will and try to always associate with the lifestyle of your consumers. Also sponsoring music festivals. Sponsoring Coca-Cola does many of this. Sponsoring music festivals, sponsoring fashion shows, sponsoring being there in these kinds of events that are related to specific lifestyles that you know that your target audience or your target market likes these things. You know, having a big booth, for example, in the cinema, or people, you know, they're coming there, and for your marketing for your popcorn brand, because this is people usually popcorn and cinema, you know, there is an association between them usually. Even if there's not, you can create your own association. Yeah. Even usually soft beverage products are usually associating a lot with entertainment. The favorite pop singer for I don't know what, you go, you sponsor the brand, you bring someone that is favored by the city, a pop singer, a football star, a celebrity, whatever. So getting involved in contacting your target audience during their excitement times, socializing times, enjoyment times, very interesting to do that. صراحة, يعني very interesting to do that. Is it clear? Lifestyle marketing, it's okay. يعني look, one of the companies that does that, actually, let me also show you what they do حقيقة يعني, is Red Bull. Red Bull, really, they are crazy. Red Bull in events. Oh, let me show you the website for Red Bull to show you also how they are doing lifestyle marketing, and of course experiential marketing as well, but that's lifestyle marketing too in events. Red Bull and events. This is the website for Red Bull. Also, the website is really like, look at the events. See, can you see it? Okay.
Yes.
These people are so much into the lifestyles of everything, basically. Look at this. I don't know, world tour about something, kings, queen of Corvettes, I don't know, rally championships. I think this is skiing or something. Campus, I don't know, I think this is something in basketball, I think something like this, or whatever. Yani, look, and even you can filter by the different kinds of events here in different countries. Look at that. Different countries all over the world they're doing in Switzerland. There's in Dubai also. There's in, so I don't think there's in Qatar, but States. Like, check the last event. See, you check here, for example, to see here they had a in Utah. They had this event. Usually they have a lot of mountains, of course, and Salt Lake City and this. So look at that. So much into the lifestyle of its target audience. People who want to take it the next level. People who dare to be different. People who dare to, I don't know, you know, like do crazy things. That's my brand. My brand is crazy. So I'm relating myself to stuff that related to my brand. That's why I'm telling you they do a lot of buzz marketing as well, because it's very relevant for them. Athletes that they are sponsoring and they are backing up. Look at that. Always these kinds of, they choose athletes that are willing to take it to the next level and so on. So interesting to check out the site and see. They're doing lifestyle marketing, they're doing experiential marketing. A very successful company, by the way, is Red Bull. I'm not a fan of the product, but I have to say that in terms of business and marketing, it's very successful. Yani, this is something, and promoting the product is something else. Okay. Let's continue our chapter. I hope you're enjoying this chapter. It's very interesting, actually. Experiential. Experiential marketing. This is very interesting. It combines three things in one, as you can see. Direct marketing, direct contact with the consumer, face to face. Field marketing, we are in a scene, in a setting. There's a setting. Playground, you are trying something, eating, drinking, trying the product, whatever. And sales promotion. You're getting something out of it, whatever. Yani. You're selling something, tasting something. Yani. 3 in 1. Where is this tool that can do that? Very interesting. Very interesting. Yani. Experiential marketing, clear, concise target segment, to be able to do it in the right way. Identify the right time, the right place. Look at the next. Engage emotionally and logically. That's very important. Yani emotionally, get them involved with the brand, and logically, let them think and think rational and be convinced to try the product and to do it. You know, Samsung, when they launched their new phone, I think Note something or S something long time ago. They had a couple of years ago. They had this booth in Bellagio and a couple of malls, and they made you actually try walk through the product or the phone with 3D cinema or 7D cinema, something like this. You are walking through the phone. You are seeing the features with the 7D. So you are experiencing the brand in a very different way. Okay, and of course, clearly reveal the brand's promise. So if you want to do experiential marketing, you have to look at these 3 steps. Very important to consider these 3 steps. Let me show you Coca-Cola and what they have been doing in experiential marketing. They have a drinkable ad, an ad that you can drink. Okay, just talking about out of the box. Yani, let's see. Yani, these people really, wallahi, surprise us every day. Okay, everybody is. Can you see this? Everybody, it's okay. It's clear.
Yes.
Yes, lovely.
No. Please look at the message from the beginning. Focus. Okay. Look.
To get more people to try Coke Zero, we created an entire campaign that they could literally drink. First, we built a billboard that served real Coke Zero to thousands of fans. Then, we poured Coke Zero to people all over the country.
Your TV is about to pour you a Coke Zero.
This is a drinkable commercial.
We partnered with Shazam and created a new way of using their technology.
Shazam now to drink it.
By Shazamming the spot, the Coke Zero from the screen was poured right into people's phones, whether they were at home, at a concert, or among 80,000 people at the NCAA final game. Every interaction ended with a free Coke Zero that could be redeemed at major retail stores across the U.S. Even when there was no screen, we poured Coke Zero using just sound. From ads that became cups, to flyers that became straws, to tweets that poured Coke Zeros into 140 characters, to drinkable posters that use Shazam to turn people's phones into digital straws. Every single ad put a Coke Zero in people's hands. So next time you're thirsty, drink an ad.
What do you think?
Doctor, I was actually kind of considering something the same for our brand, but not from the same scale as they did. But like something just, it was with one of my ideas about the brand because for us we chose Batatos, and I was like, if we were able to make a billboard that would have a dispensary of chips, and then they would be able to do it, and then you showed the ad, and then I'm like, oh, like they gave me ideas of how we could actually execute it.
So at least now you know it's called experiential marketing. So when you put it in your table, you're gonna put experiential marketing in your. I think this is gonna be in the second or third week with your covering your effective objectives, because and your native ones as well, because you're gonna give them taste. And see, it's 3 in 1: sales promotion, field marketing, price, everything. It's crazy. These people, Coca-Cola, really are doing things very, very unconventionally and thinking out of the box and attracting consumers from all over the world using different kinds of ways. Coke Zero is a very, very, very high-selling brand. Sometimes in some countries, Coke Zero surpasses the traditional Coke, by the way, Coca-Cola Classic, in terms of sales. A very successful brand. Very successful brand. Anyway, let's move on to talk about more tools. I hope that today, coming up with ideas. I'm happy that Muaz is relating. I want others to do this too. It's nice to relate to your projects, please. That's the objective of our learning, okay? Is to relate everything we take to your actual projects, so you can not just learn and implement, learn and apply. And this is the beauty of this course, or I hope, that this is how I want you guys to understand about this course. Different. That's why it's a little bit different than other courses in marketing that you have been taking. It's not just theory. Theory is good, but applying it is even better, right? Trying it out is even better. Even it's something good for your CVs when you graduate. You can put it on your CV. I usually give reference letters to students just about the project after they graduate, and they put it on their CV, and it's very useful for them. Okay, so get the best out of this project, especially if you choose not to do a final exam. So really, just give it your all. Okay, تمام. Product placement and brand and entertainment. This is, and I'm gonna close with this one. Maybe the rest you can check it out on the class on YouTube, or maybe I could just highlight on it next time. Just because Sunday I'm gonna be talking about sales promotion, but I'm gonna highlight what we missed from this chapter. Uh, it's very interesting to see product placements is common in movies, in serials, in يعني طبعا very يعني high level of awareness. We see a lot of movies that are well known يعني here in TV programs, TV shows. And for example, this is some a little bit old, but it gives you an indication. And still, Coca-Cola is there as usual. Uh, as you can see, top brands will have the occurrences in TV product placements. Top shows, American Idol, celebrity brands, and most of them we don't know because they're in the States. Big Loser, we talked about it before. This is the top 10 product placement brands in 2018, which is recent numbers. These are the top brands that were placed in movies in 2018, as you can see. These are the top brands. Yes, Moab, go ahead.
I'm just sorry to cut you off, but you were explaining
No,
that
it's okay.
next week you had a plan, and next week is a vacation.
Oh, sorry. So it's the week when we come back, yeah, from
Yeah,
the
I
vacation.
just want because I thought you might have gotten.
Wallahi, I don't have a vacation, Moaz, and I don't think you guys are going to take a vacation. I think
Exactly.
you're going to be
Yes.
working on your projects. We don't really have time.
Yes.
Maybe this vacation is good to work on your projects, actually. And to have some peace of mind and sit and do it. And inshallah, we take vacation after we finish exams in Ramadan, hopefully. Inshallah. Let me show you my final video today, which is about product placements in movies. I'm going to show you the top movies for the recent ones and that have been putting. One second. Okay. Putting products in movies. Yeah. It's very interesting to see that. Remember 007, how they had uh, Omega watch for the James Bond, and they had also, if you remember, the Sony Ericsson phone at that time. Remember one of the movies, the one they had the fight, they had the chase in the garage, and they had the BMW car, and that. Yeah, you look, these are product placements. Yeah, very interesting. I have very high level of visibility, very high level of brand awareness for sure. Have a look at this, please. Look at the figures, okay? Look at the figures. This is number 10. We're gonna go from 10 to 1, okay? weren't Lego in the Lego movie. The whole movie is about Lego. Yeah. Okay, so very interesting. What do you think of that?
Is there a reason why they kind of only compared it to what's it called, Marvel movies? Because most of them were Marvel movies. There wasn't any
Yeah, I
other.
think maybe. Yeah, I think it's just the video for 2019. But if we check out, we can see others. Like, let me show you the slides here, for example, ya Mu'ad. Okay, it's a nice, it's a good observation, yani. Let me show you here. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, for example, look at the amount of brands in one movie. Okay, look how many brands in one movie. Too much. All these are placements and product placements. Okay, so it's interesting to see, yani, how. Also, this is another way that you can be involved. Come on, there are ways to do this, by the way. Yeah, there is ways to do this. Yeah, either it's like, for example, Lego. It's the whole movie is about Lego already. Yeah, so that's why it's there. Maybe in others it's part of the scenario. Maybe in others it's not part of the scenario. It's just basically appears there in the background or something. Maybe it's part of the actual movie in the setting. Yani, there is different ways of actually doing it. Yeah. Because like, positive brand image increased 85% for brands in popular programs. So this is really good. Uh, Here, for example, brand entertainment, someone is another thing. It's interesting, but here the brand, as I said here, it's woven in the storyline, and that's the difference between brand entertainment and product placement. Is that brand entertainment? It is really part of the scenario, and it is playing a role in the actual execution of the movie. You understand what I'm talking about? Is this clear or no?
Yeah, so it's basically like it doesn't really like take back from the movie. It's as in like it smoothens out with the movie. You don't really feel
Yeah,
it as you're watching the
يعني
movie.
for example, no, actually, yeah, but no, actually, it's naturally there. So بالعكس, يعني the way that you feel is very natural. So it's more credible, actually, Mu'ad. You know what I mean? يعني you tell me, for example, oh, we need we have to get the Apple phone to do, I don't know what, it's only this, يعني you are using the brand inside the movie or inside, whatever, in a way that is part of the scenario of the movie itself. It's in the story. You know what I mean? And you need it. You don't feel it's artificially placed. Okay? That's not just in brand name, it's not just in movies, by the way. It can be in stories, it can be in plays, it can be in songs. It's very interesting, yeah, how it should be done. طبعا you have to select the media that you want to appear in. تمام. It supports other promotional activities. طبعا, to be honest with you, all these alternative marketing techniques, we cannot use them solely to cover our objectives, as we said before. Same goes when I talked about traditional media, same goes when I talked about digital media, or when I talked about social media. You can't just skew yourself or depend on one way of communicating with your audience. Okay? This is all complementing each other, and this is the beauty of IMC. Okay? Please remember that very well. Of course, product placements and branded entertainment both will generate revenue at the end of the day. They're not just expenses, but they will generate revenue from, because as you know also, it's a two-way thing, okay? Charging companies for brand placement, of course, it makes a lot of sense. Other things, the rest of the chapter talks about other general things, like other ideas, like ads in video games. I had some of my groups previous years. We had this brand about an educational tool for the Supreme Legacy Committee for the World Cup. It's called Tamreen, and they're targeting school kids. And they said, Doctor, one of the groups here, I love the idea. They put the ads in the video games because how much time the kids from research, they saw the kids spend so much time video games, so they put the ads there. So video games, cinemas, the subways, there is Qatar Rail now, okay? escalators. I want to see some washrooms. They put some ads sometimes in washrooms. Escalators, very interesting. Parking lots, where people are spending time parking. Airlines, when you go. I had also this idea for some of my groups before. In my master class, I teach in masters also IMC, by the way, not just in undergraduate. I teach in IMC also in masters. And I had one of my groups, very interesting idea. They had the project was about Discover. There was about marketing, rebranding Qatar, repositioning Qatar as a brand for tourism. And it was a challenge between the different groups. They were all working on the same project. Very interesting in my master class. And it was the whole thing was also supervised by Sachi, which is one of the main global, of course, known media or advertising agencies in the world. And I was dealing with them here. Yeah. Very nice people, really. And the GM himself attended the final presentations for my students, and they evaluated them. It was a lovely course. We really enjoyed it. So they put ads in Qatar Airways, in the airway when you sit and you have the ad in the during the movies in Qatar Airways. It's very interesting. Okay, shopping bags, clothes, creativity, thinking differently. And the next slide talks about each and every one of them. Even there's video games for females, by the way, not just for males. Okay, in store. I want to just stop here at in store. If you are 60% of the purchase decisions made when you enter a store and you are not maybe thinking about buying something, and from the ads inside and from the the theme of the store, you end up buying many other things. Tell me who doesn't this happen to him? It happens to all of us, right? So in-store marketing is very important. In-store branding to be compatible with your needs is very important. With your campaign is very important. Okay, that's very important. You have to consider this as well. Tamam? Anyway, I will leave you here. The rest of the chapter, and you can do this at your own pace. Come up with different in-store tactics, what to do in store. I like this. Please have a look at it. It's very interesting. End aisle displays, merchandise displays, ceiling banners, overhead mobile. And interesting to see these nice things. When we go even to stores, we see some interesting things, and so on. I would love you to please read these things. POPs, of course, point of purchase tactics. If you have a booth somewhere and you want to, how will it look like? These things are very important, by the way. If you're deciding to launch something, have a booth in Carrefour, for example, for taste testing or testing specific flavors for your brand or doing so. Come on, Yani, be creative. Don't just put a table and someone standing there. Hamas, you can't do this now in 2021. Look at Coca-Cola, look what they're doing. And they don't need it, but they're doing it. Because there's always no limit for this. There's always no limits for this. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's lecture. I personally did, yeah. It's one of my favorite chapters, by the way, this one. Yeah. Because it's very creative and interesting and come up with very nice